Hello, World Wide Web. I'm the unusual subject, or salutations, whatever you like to go with. Today, if you haven't read the title of this video, or if you don't recognize the theme, I'm here to talk about Terminator. This brilliant series, I love it. Watch as a child. It scared the living daylights out of me, but I don't care because I love it. But today I saw the newest entry of this series. Now this is going to be a short, brief video with lots of spoilers. So, if you don't want to get spoiled on the newest movie, then don't watch this video. But if I'm just going to get out my main feelings right now on it, I have mixed feelings on it. I don't like everything in it, but is it a horrible movie? No. And I have to say, my parents, they loved it. Well, my mom did. I'm not sure about my dad. He didn't really say much about it, but he seemed to enjoy it. My mom loved it. My dad seemed to enjoy it. They grew up. Well, that was their generation when those films came out. I just grew up watching them. I know. And so you might say, you're really young to be watching rare films that young. Yeah. Well, doesn't matter. But let's just get on with it. Today was enjoyable enough. And if you're interested in seeing it, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. But now it's time to get into spoilers. Okay? Don't go past this point if you want spoilers. If you don't want spoilers. Because I'm serious. You will get spoiled. It is ridiculous. And hang on a second. Let me just turn down the hella copyrighted music. So YouTube doesn't just flip the hell out on me. Hang on. Little hair on the lens. Sorry about that. But, hang on. There we go. But, so let's just start out with one thing that really, really gets on my nerves right away. Is that at the beginning of the fucking film, one of the first things we see is something that's a nostalgic throwback, what I liked. You saw the tapes of Sarah in the mental institute from Terminator 2, which was really cool. It really brought me back to Terminator, and I loved that. But then you see them in Mexico, or at least a Spanish-speaking country. I'm just assuming Mexico because for a lot of the film, they are in Mexico, so I don't know. But all I'd say is just for fairness, it was a Spanish-speaking country. And you saw young Sarah Connor and John Connor, sitting at a bar, like, she was drinking, he was, talking up a girl at the bar. This young John Connor, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, that's pretty cool. You could see John again, all young and stuff, like he did in T2. Well, just a little bit older, he looked like a teenager at that point. But then it happens. And this really I don't like this part. A T-800 comes out of nowhere, pulls out a shotgun, shoots John. Poof. It's like, whoa! I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna be honest, it got spoiled for me because I watched a spoiler-alert review. My fault. Sorry. But basically, he gets shot. And then Sarah, understandably, seeing her son getting shot, is pissed. She's sort of shooting the fucking Terminator, and then tries to stop it from shooting her son again, even though the Terminator doesn't even have to double tap him. Like a shotgun blast at point blank range. Well, not even point blank, but it was at the range it was. He would have completely eviscerated his chest and everything else like that. He didn't need the second shot. He was probably bleeding out within seconds, but it double tapped him. Then walked off. And that set the stage for the film. I'm like, holy shit. That scared. I was like, whoa. Okay. At that moment, I was like a little bit cheese, because thinking, okay, John Connor went through all that shit with the T-800 and the T-1000, like the T-800 protecting him, the T-1000 constantly coming after him, and then another T-800 just comes out of nowhere. Well, alright. What was even the point of them trying, but alright, okay, he's still dead. I guess Skynet wins, right? They got him. I guess they didn't prevent the future because they sent back another one and killed him, right? Well, no. Apparently they did. Apparently they did save everyone's lives because, the estimated time of when all the nukes would go off with Skynet didn't happen. Okay, fair. But that also happened that happened in Terminator 3. Instead of it happening in the 1990s or late 80s, anyways, I forgot what exact year. It happened in 2000, in the year 2003, I think, is when Skynet went all boom, bangs, explosions, and shit. But hell, I'm getting rambly, so I'm just gonna get on with it. So, they apparently did prevent Skynet from going up, right? But then, all of a sudden, modern day, this one comes down, from the teleportation. And I actually really did like the effect. I liked how the ground got frozen and all that other crap. And I liked her introduction. Grace is the protector of this film. And you might be thinking, wait, Grace? Why are you calling a Terminator by a name? They never really are called by names. And then you realize, and then, well, you notice her heads-up display is different from other Terminators. Well, it's quickly revealed that she's not a Terminator. She's human. And you're thinking, oh, well, that's strange. Why does she have a heads-up display if she's like Kyle Reese, right? Like a human protector trying to save the world, right? From the future. Well, apparently she's been an augmented human. Someone who can try and fight Terminators with augmented, abilities. Which is an interesting concept, I have to admit. But then I realized that's from Terminator Salvation. Because Terminator Salvation, one of the first experiments was a guy who was in prison, lethal injection. And maybe it's been a long time since I watched the movie, but I'm pretty sure he was like part human, part machine, or some crap like that. Or he was just all machine and he had human memories or something. I don't know. But basically, I feel like they got that concept from there, which is, I don't know, it's strange. But I thought she was pretty cool, so yeah, so I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Don't worry if you about any sort of political stuff in the film. There's none. There's nothing. So if you're bothered by stuff like that, it's not in there. I'm sorry if this is very off topic. This is not scripted if you can't tell, but she goes to save you, and then the new Terminator comes in. I don't remember what it's called, but basically it's the TX from Terminator 3. I love it, like, oh, this is this new amazing Terminator. No, it's not. It's a TX. Except instead of it being a female Terminator, it's a guy. But I gotta admit, this guy is a lot more badass than the TX, so props to them for that. And actually, his introductory scenes are actually pretty fucking creepy. I actually got creeped out by him, and I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. There's a nice horror element there. I like that. That's nice. And then Sarah's introduction was great as well. Now, I did find Grace a little annoying at first because she was like, I want to be on my own. I don't need this help from this old lady. But then, when they're like, my question is, if they eliminated the timeline of with Skynet and stuff, Terminator series is a paradox. Because if it wasn't for, that entire future of the Terminators existing, Kyle Reese would have never been sent back in time to protect Sarah. And if he didn't get sent back in time to protect Sarah, Sarah would have never had John. Because, Kyle Reese is his John Connor's father. Kind of a big deal. And so all of a sudden, when they eliminate that future, shouldn't Sarah, she would still have been born, but she would just live a regular life, right? Right? Or am I just crazy? Or is that just not how time travel works in this universe? Because I'm going off of Back to the Future logic / Doctor Who. Apparently not. And just long story short, they're off at a rock stop. Then apparently the T-800 that killed John has felt remorse, has grown a consciousness because to be fair, the T-800s are learning computers. I'm guessing when Skynet got shut down and, got obliterated or something, instead of being erased from time, he just lost the connection to Skynet. And with that, his learning routines probably got turned on. And he learned empathy because he met up with a family, and he started learning. And he had remorse for killing John, which I find interesting. I'm not sure if I like it, but I find it interesting. And I find it plausible because they're learning computers, and he learned about love. Of course, he can never love as much as a human could, but he still has a loving family and everything else like that. I found it a little silly that he was making drapes and crap. He was like an interior designer or some crap like that, which is okay, cool, but it was kind of funny. And then of course they're like, okay, you have a human wife. How has she not noticed that you're like, I don't know, 500 pounds? And he's like, and I'm sorry, this is a very bad impression. Our love is not physical. And that actually made me genuinely laugh. I found that funny. That was funny. I'm not going to be a person who just was like, oh no, that's not funny. That was funny. That's all I gotta say. That was funny. But other than that, just trying to get my thoughts out. I'm sorry this video is getting long, and I wouldn't blame you for leaving after the 5-minute mark or less. Sorry, this is just my rambling after. This is like initial impressions, right? And basically, this new TX is like coming after them. T-800's helping them, and they're like off like with Sarah, and everyone else is just protecting. Like, what was her name? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm terrible with names, so it's like. But basically, the main person they need to protect, she's the new John Connor. Which I find, this is one of my problems, though. So they kill John Connor, and I'm thinking, okay, fair, that's something interesting. I'm going to forget that for now. Until you realize they decided to replace John Connor with another John Connor, except female. Which I find so stupid, because it's basically the same exact character role, right? But my question is, why didn't they go after the parents, though? Or the grandparents? Why haven't Terminators done that yet? Right? Like, you can go back in time. Why does it have to be as an adult? I guess that wouldn't be a film then, but you'd think they would learn, right? Also, I just got a haircut today, so it's like my back is itchy. Sorry if that's annoying, but yeah, she's the new John Connor. I feel like it's so stupid. Like, it's like they took someone like I grew up with. I idolized John Connor. I wanted to be like John Connor when I was a kid. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I want to be, I want to be able to learn how to hack shit. I want to be able to do that. Yeah. And then they just shoot him, and then they're like, hey, this is this new John Connor right here. She leads the resistance now against. And oh yeah, it's not Skynet anymore. It's not Skynet. It's Legion. I'm sorry, like Skynet is such an ominous, cool name in my opinion, but then they just changed it to Legion. Legion. Right? Okay. Cool. Amazing. But I'm been only talking negative so far, and that's just the stuff that's been bothering me. How they just kind of threw out John Connor, and I was like, oh, yep, here's the new one. Enjoy. It's something I don't know. I didn't like it. I felt like this movie just kind of made the first two movies like pointless because it's like, oh yeah, doesn't matter. You destroyed Skynet. Another one's here. Sorry, your sacrifices were in vain, Kyle Reese. No, it doesn't matter. But actually, yeah, I guess it wasn't in vain because unlike in the original Terminators, where it actually looked like that future was like fucking desolate and like hella bad, this one didn't look as bad as the original Skynet, version of the human race. Like, cause in the original ones, it looked fucking desolate. It looked like there was like if you weren't in a bunker somewhere, you were constantly being hunted. But when we saw the future of Legion, it didn't seem as bad. So I guess they did do something. But yeah. That's my initial thoughts. This video is getting very long. It's 15 minutes now. So post in the comment section below if you want to hear more about my opinions. If you want me to do more Terminator videos, please tell me. I'm a big fan of the series, if you can't tell. And I've been the unusual subject. And bye-bye.